Hey guys, happy 2025 and welcome to a new video. If you're new around here, I'm Henry and this is the lowdown where I talk about anything and everything fashion related. Of course, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below to let me know what you think of the video. It really helps push the video in the algorithm, so it's much appreciated. I guess today in general, I kind of wanted to do a bit of a rundown of where my personal style and my wardrobe is heading going into 2025 and January as a whole. I find January to be a big reset month. Obviously, a lot of people start doing all their New Year's resolutions, things like that. I've not really got one as such this year to share with you, unfortunately. But I always take it as a bit of a moment to reset my wardrobe, kind of rethink where I want to be going with it and how I'll be dressing in general. So I thought, why not explain it to you as well and show you some of the pieces that I've picked up over Christmas and in the past few months, because I haven't really done anything on the YouTube channel about that. I guess to start, I've definitely shown off this before and I've had it for quite a while now, but it's actually the hoodie I'm wearing right now, which is this Telfar sort of sport cracked graphic hoodie. It comes in a dual sizing as well, so I think this is either a medium to large or a large to XL that I'll be wearing. I'll make sure to double check when I show the sort of on body stuff so you can gauge the size of it properly. But I actually got the full tracksuit for this, and the pants fit very, very oversized too. But there's something which I find quite refreshing and enjoyable about having a tracksuit or a hoodie that is quite oversized, but you could just throw it on and not really have to worry about life. I feel like it's good to have one in this nature, which I really like how it looks. It's not too over the top in terms of any big graphics or anything, but I really like Telfar as a brand, so as like a logo carrier to be wearing, I'm very happy with it. It just has a graphic printed across the front in this crack styling with Telfar actually printed upside down and then 2005 above it, and on one of the sleeve it has the signature sort of T Telfar logo that you'll see across all of their bags, things like that. Of course, it has your casual two drawstrings at the hood and then just a straight zip up the middle. I guess because of the sizing of it too, it's so easy just to chuck on and not really have to worry about, you know, them days where the weather's a bit bleak outside, it's cold, wet, windy, and you just need to layer up a bit to defend yourself against the conditions. It's the perfect hoodie for that. And I actually find it can be worn casually and dressed up a bit more with a baggier pleated trouser and maybe throw on a pair of tabbies with it just to spruce it up a little. And because of the fact that it's Telfar, I think that helps carry the hoodie in a more premium and luxurious way. I think that's one thing as well that I'm noticing in my wardrobe. I want to try and steer into really having products which, if they're gonna have logos on them, are logos which I enjoy from a side of a brand that resonates with my values and things I believe in and stuff, without sounding too deep and philosophical with it all. I think it just helps communicate what I'm about and the message a bit better than worrying about people thinking, why is he wearing that brand, things like that. I think across the board, Telfar's apparel is actually really, really strong and it's very reasonably priced. Even though I had to pay a bit more expensive shipping and imports, which are already covered within the shipping fee to actually get it here, once you convert it from the USD to GBP, it's very, very worth it. I think it maybe worked out for a full tracksuit to maybe anywhere between £150 to £200, which nowadays is pretty good for a brand that is on the more premium side of streetwear. The next thing I'd really want to show off as well, which I've definitely thrown some fit pics on my Instagram of it already, but is this Kiko knit I've got. So I believe it's pronounced the Kiko Jultum knit. It's in this really nice beige blue combo with some really interesting pearled square buttons on them, which unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, one of them has already come off, which is a big shame. I managed to get this for a really good steal on Depop from somebody who I regularly buy a lot of Kiko off that they get rid of, so that's always fun, going back to the same seller. But I actually love the blue colour on this. I think it's a really refreshing blue, one that I haven't seen much of. And it really sits well with darker tones, pairing it with blacks, and I would argue that you could even wear it with some lighter colours too. It just will complement them both as well. Across the actual knit is this sort of entwined K logo. I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera here, but it's another really interesting part of the knit, just really communicating that branding across it in a unique way, which is another reason that I love Kiko. It's never just straight to the point with their branding. It's always something a bit more interesting and I guess complicated. It also sits really nice on body. The use of this cross neck button, if you can see on the top right of the knit here really helps it sit a bit more elegantly and flow a bit nicer on body, and that's something that was always intriguing to me. It also allows you to button it up in a fair few ways so it can look different at any time that you want to wear it. Another signature detail that's across a lot of the Kiko wardrobe. I got a size 48, which is my true size, and it does fit a little bit baggier, but not too big, and I think you should go true to size with it just to get that desired fit that the brand wants you to have. I would say the quality is great on it too. It's a really nice knitted cardigan. I am very disappointed that the buttons popped off, though I do often find sometimes Kiko buttons aren't really applied that well. And it's not something that's going to be too expensive or too difficult to replace. It is something I could probably do myself, but I'm probably not going to, and I'll just take it somewhere else to get it done properly. This is part of, I think it was the SS24 collection, or maybe the Autumn Winter 24. I'll try to make sure I have that information when I come around to putting all the details on the video. But I always loved the way it was styled throughout the collection. When I'd seen it on the runway too, it was definitely a piece which I had my eye on, so it's great to actually get it at a really affordable price. They also did an amazing scarf and a low V-neck vest in the same execution, which I'm a fan of. I'd maybe get in a different colour just to spruce it up a bit more. I really liked it. Was almost this reddy pink colour that they did. I'll try and show that on video too. That was one that really jumped out to me as well, besides the blue one here. But it's another great piece to add to my Kiko collection. I'd be interested to know if you guys want to see me do a bit of a Kiko rundown, because I have got a fair few pieces now that I really like, and I think it'd be great to show off to you and share with you across footwear, apparel, and some accessories. So let me know down below if that's something that'll interest you and you really want to see. I think my next talking point, I guess, is more of like a style I'm trying to lean into a bit more. I went back and just flicked through some of the old Balenciaga runways, and I think at the time, in 2017, I was never in the position to buy any of the products, so I never really paid much attention to Balenciaga then, but this is the true start of dadcore, I guess, and that office/business casual look that they really pushed. And I actually think ultimately Demna reshaped streetwear and luxury menswear specifically through that collection. This was when Martine Rose was working at Balenciaga too, so you can often see a lot of the similarities between Martine Rose's design language nowadays and look back at this collection and see the crossover there. So it's another brand which I'm eyeing up a couple pieces from, but unfortunately the price points are still a bit too high across the board. But the combo I've been doing is this blue shirt that I've got from there was one, I'll show it on body because I feel like the view here won't give it much justice, but it's got these two really strong utility pockets on the front. It's got a bit of an oversized relaxed fit to it and a longer length as well, with some nice cream detailing across it, which just helps those buttons and side panels pop out a bit more. But the construction of it just helps carry it very well on body. I think sometimes with shirts, especially if you're trying to get them in an oversized look, can sometimes look a bit weird. It just looks like you're wearing something a bit too big rather than it being designed to be worn in an oversized way. And I think this brand and this shirt really manages to capture it perfectly. It doesn't feel like you're just wearing a shirt you've bought 4 sizes too big, for instance. You've actually bought it and it's ready made to be worn in that way. But that's sort of the first piece that I like having for this look, and I think truly the piece which ties it all in is what I'll show you now. And it is, of course, my Balenciaga swing Parka from SS 2017, I believe it is. I'm not going to be able to show it held up here very well. The on body will definitely show it to a better degree and a better expectation, but it's probably one of my favorite pickups of 2024, if not of all time. It's something which I always loved when I seen it at first, and especially seeing it across various celebrities. It was always one which really caught my eye, but was never in the price point I could get it at. And I was really lucky to find it at not only a great price within the UK, but also barely worn. So it really is in a perfect condition, and I just couldn't be more happy with it. I love the different ways you can wear it too. It has this sort of very wide open top way you can wear it, which really is sort of a popper collar moment and helps just, I guess, create more of a V shape going up. and then you can wear it zipped up halfway but from the top down, so then it creates like the A look, which my friend Micah showed me very kindly. He managed to get the green one as well, so I feel like we definitely need to get a joint fit pick going on soon, and that'll really give you serious throwbacks to 2017 when Balenciaga was popping with this look. But pairing this up with the shirt and a pleated trouser, and then maybe a tabby, I've even been wearing it with some of my sportier Kiko Asics trainers, or maybe even my Hoka Bondi 8s. They look great with black trouser and paired with this look. It just perfectly encapsulates that Balenciaga aesthetic from the time period, and it seems very effortless, which is something which I enjoy. I think whilst there's times when I really want to be trying hard and doing something extra and not groundbreaking as such, but something a bit more interesting and unorthodox with my outfits, a lot of the time I just want to be able to throw things on and it work, but not in that quiet luxury minimal way. I'm getting a bit sick and tired of seeing all that, because I don't know, there's nothing really that interesting about you wearing an all black outfit that costs too much to really be sharing and shouting about. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about quiet luxury at the minute. I think it's reaching a point where it's definitely a bit too oversaturated, and I think a lot of people like to call things quiet luxury when it's not. Getting the version of quiet luxury from Zara is not quiet luxury, it's just the minimal aesthetic done at fast fashion level. Stop kidding yourself. But yeah, it's effortless, it's easy, it's straight to the point, and it still looks quite impressive. I think that may be more so to do with the jacket really doing the talking, but I actually think that takes away from the impact of the shirt and the pant combo with it, and it's definitely something I'm trying to do more of, trying to buy some more shirts in the same sort of way with that oversized look, because I think it can be worn without the jacket and it looks really strong too. My next really exciting pickup I got was actually a Christmas present, and it's from Anthony Calydon, I believe that's how you pronounce him. I believe he's a French designer, or is at least based out of France. Specializes in these, I guess you can call it thrilly seam details across hoods, pants, and even some gloves now. And I actually managed to get a full grey tracksuit in this. I touched on it when I was talking in my Paris Fashion Week video that I'd seen a guy in this very straight to the point all grey sweatsuit, and it really stuck with me. He was wearing it with a pair of black boots, and it looked so casual but really luxurious still, and I feel like this perfectly bridges the gap for something that you want to be able to wear and I think sometimes not look too slobby. It's a great option. I understand there's grey tracksuits which fit the purpose of just being comfort and nothing else, but I kind of like how this does that but has something different going on that makes people stop and look at it and ask questions, which I've already had a few times, and I always love buying from smaller independent designers and helping them out in the long run. So as mentioned, it has these frill details across the bottom hem, up across the middle and going to each shoulder seam, as well as around the hood and the hood lining itself. It's just a simple fleece fabric, still very warm, and the hoodie itself has a more cropped boxy silhouette with a Riri zip across the front. The pants are very wide, but the perfect amount of wideness, not too baggy but a straight leg with a open hem at the bottom too, and you'll see across the fit pick and outfit clips that they have those thrills running along each thigh and up around the pocket areas as well. I think that's another thing I really want to be moving towards in 2025. Any basics that I do have, I want them to be a bit different, which maybe sounds a bit corny, but I'm kind of wanting just all my wardrobe to have a little bit of something extra to it, rather than being just a grey hoodie or just a black trouser. Just something that helps it stand out in terms of maybe the fit, the fabric used, or even just the construction. And if it's not that, I just want it to be something which perfectly fits me how I want and there's no compromises there. I think we're in an era where a lot of people are dressing the same, and a lot of people aren't being very exciting or adventurous with their style, so I kind of want to bring a bit more adventure to my wardrobe and a bit more excitement to it. But it's a very flattering tracksuit too. Being able to wear the hoodie on its own with plainer or even more smart options, as well as wearing it with jeans or any other trouser in a casual way, is always an option. And then throwing on the full tracksuit and with a black boot, like I'd said I'd seen the guy wearing within Paris, is just a definite banger too. I believe they've now even managed to grab themselves an Adidas collaboration. I'll try and show some clips or some pictures of that, which I think is actually only going up today. And it's amazing to see the design language communicated across apparel and now even making its way to footwear. It's definitely a brand which I hold in high regard, and I definitely suggest you looking at and maybe even trying to grab something from their latest collections too. I've then got a couple of trousers which I haven't shown off, and actually are preloaded with a belt in each from a TikTok I recorded, which is always interesting. But the first pair is from the Levi's Kiko Kostadinov collection. Another great piece. I'm very happy to get with these, and they have a funny story too of me getting them. They're a very interesting jean overall. It's kind of a signature Levi's slim straight model. I'm not sure if they actually have any sort of model information on the tag. No, there's no sort of standard model that it's based off. It has what I can only describe as a similar fit to the 517, in that it's quite a slim thigh and then flares out from the knee down, but not too drastically. It's a very complimentary flare, but it then has some really interesting details which you can come to expect from Kiko with any of their stuff. So it has these eyelets across each, I guess, knee area on the side with some interesting stitch detailing which are open, so you get a bit of air flowing through the leg there, but then it helps, I guess, exaggerate that flare and bring attention to it. And it also has a shorter opening at the front of the leg, at the hem to the back, so when you wear it with shoes it sits really nicely on the back heel of the pair, and then at the front you get a bit more of the lace action, I guess. It also has some old school Levi's back fasten to it to tighten the rise area, I believe it is, or the area at the back belt. I can't remember the exact terminology for it, but it's essentially just to make the perfect adjustment to the trouser around the pant to make it fit exactly as you want. And it has one double flap pocket at the back, so you can sort of put some stuff in two pockets at the back rather than one, which is always nice, but it's only on one side. Besides that, it's a very standard jean, but it's one which I ordered initially just to try on. I didn't think I was gonna keep it because at the time I didn't think I had the money to afford it. I ordered it, they arrived, I loved it, was sitting on it for a couple days, and when I went back to look and see what was available, they were all gone. And I don't know about you guys, but when something's gone and I'm contemplating returning it, suddenly something switches in my head and I know I have to keep it. Because even if I don't want to keep it indefinitely, being in fashion, you know there's a bit of money to be made across the board. So the options were return it and get the money back that I'd spent, or keep it and potentially sell it for more than I'd spent. Call me an opportunist, call me a horrible reseller, but I actually have ended up keeping them and wearing them to death at the minute. They go with so many items of clothing within my wardrobe, whether it's an all Kiko look or other things as well. I'm very, very happy with them. I think they obviously were more expensive at about £420, I believe, or £450, which for a pair of black jeans can be quite dear, but for me, I think they're perfectly worth it, and I'm very, very happy with that pickup. And the last pair of trousers I want to talk about is another one which I've shown off before, and you're probably sick of seeing within streetwear, but it's, of course, the Owl Legacy digital print denim in the blue colourway. And these are preloaded right now with my Martine Rose sex belt, which I've shown off before in a video. They are a sort of straight slim fit with this signature digital printing detailing, which Owl Legacy has got a lot of kudos and renown for now, and it looks like it's been distressed all through, but it's actually all just a digital print across the denim. They're just such a great pair of jeans to throw on with a lot of things. I've actually been wearing them a lot with some plainer knits, some more, I guess you could call them grandad knits in a sense. Very simple, but allowing the denim to do the talking and not taking away from the effect of the digital print details across them. I know a lot of people have these. They're available at a price point which isn't too expensive. You can grab them on sale a lot too. So I think for a lot of people into streetwear, it's sort of that streetwear luxury area that is open to a lot of people and a lot of people can buy into without worrying too much about the price of things. And Our Legacy is a very open brand in a sense that there's not a lot you'll find from them that's offensive or polarizing in terms of design or construction. And I think the main thing that I try and do with this pair of denim is not overcomplicate things and not go too crazy with it. It is just a blue pair of jeans, and wearing it as a blue pair of jeans that's a little bit more exciting is the best way to do it, rather than trying to do a bit too much with them. And I think some people do that. But yeah, in terms of things I'm wearing it with, nothing too crazy. Pairing it up with just a black jacket, wearing it with a grey knit, something very straight to the point and simple. It always looks good with a black or a white t-shirt tucked into it, a nice belt moment, a little bit of a smarter shoe paired with it helps just create a more formal look too. I always find that a product like this too, when it becomes so on trend, I guess, and accessible in a sense, a lot of people can end up not liking it simply because people have it. And I'm really trying to steer away from that sort of mentality, because I think everybody could have the exact same clothes and everybody could wear them in a different way, and everybody could put their own stamp on things. If the only way that you have to differentiate your own style and aesthetic from another person's is by having different items, do you really have much going for you, or are you just trying to do something different than everybody else? Another bit of food for thought for you guys to definitely comment on below. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it sort of explains where my style's heading and what I want to be wearing in 2025 and the coming months. I'd love to know what you guys are wanting to do with your wardrobe. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you've got any drastic plans or anything just small, or any brands or products that you're wanting to wear more of or have picked up recently that you want to be shouting about and really drawing attention to. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. This is my first video as well after hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy to say. I'm so grateful for you all showing your continued support, and I promise that I'm going to be more consistent this year and keep up the content and ultimately give you some really banging videos. I've got some great ideas lined up with a lot of other YouTubers and trying to give you some deep dives into some brands and some emerging brands which I have connections to, which would be really, really fun, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.